Hey guys, it's Andrew with AndroidCentral.com, and we've just pulled down the Android 4.2.2 update for the Sony Xperia ZL, and it kind of came out of nowhere as we expected the kind of more flagship Xperia Z to pull it down first. It seems to be hitting OTA on those devices as well, and the update is about the same on both. So if you have one device, you're not missing out on anything that's coming to the other one. Now, because this is Android 4.2 coming from 4.1, you don't have the biggest changes in the world. One of the big ones is going to be lock screen widgets, if that's something that you like. Now, the Xperia ZL used to have an option to swipe in from the left to reveal media controls and swipe in from the right to launch the camera, but now you can pull in from the edge of the screen to launch into the camera there, or you can pull in from the left to reveal other widgets and add and subtract widgets as you please as well. You can expand the clock here for an example, but you still have the same swipe up or swipe down for a large area of the screen to get it to unlock. Where you'll find the launcher has changed a little bit. You'll see the status bar and the navigation bar are now nearly completely transparent rather than being completely black. But if you jump into an app, you'll notice that the bars do go completely black. They used to be black before, and the same will happen with the background when you open up folders now, or when you enter the multitasking menu. Everything will kind of black out as well. In that multitasking menu, you notice things are a bit different. The previews are much larger, the names and icons are much larger, making it easier to just swipe around on things. And then you have a better picker for these little miniature apps that you can launch, and a better way to add more as well. So just a lot of polish as far as the launcher goes. When you go into the app drawer, things will be re-enabled. You'll see the Sony apps get reinstalled and enabled if you've disabled them, which is kind of annoying, but that's just how it's going to go with any of these updates. Everything else, you notice, is the same animation. Everything moves around the same. But when you pull down the notification shade, you notice we have new customizable shortcuts up at the top. So when you jump into the settings, you can find it under display and then quick settings. So this is a pretty standard interface for editing these. You see the ones that you check are the ones that will show up, and then you can use the little dragger on the left to order them the way that you want. So for example, if I wanted to turn off the auto rotate setting, I would turn it off, and then you'll have 7 here rather than 8. And then when you check more, they get smaller, and then when you uncheck them and then you uncheck and uncheck, you see you'll just go down to 1 row, or add just 1 more, you'll get 6 big ones. So you can only order them in order from top left to bottom right. So you can't control how many lines you have. It's just going to be based on the number that you select, but it's way better than not having anything configurable. And you have all the major options here. NFC, auto sync, you can turn on and off LTE, Wi-Fi hotspot, Wi-Fi. The backlight setting is a little disappointing. It either gives you full backlight or about 15% brightness. So we really would prefer, most widgets will give you options, 10%, 50%, 70%, 100. But it's a good way to just toggle things down rather than just have it left on auto all the time. As far as the changes other than that, there's the little under the hood stuff from Android 4.2, but the main parts are going to be the lock screen and those toggles. It also now supports 64 gigabyte SD cards if you happen to use one of those on your ZL. So that's a nice improvement, being able to take advantage of the SDXC cards. Other than that, it's just a lot of little tweaks, a little tune-up, and a nice bit of visual flair as well. So that's just the Android 4.2.2 update on the Sony Xperia ZL. It's now available even on the US LTE model, as we have here.